Hi everybody. Today's Thursday, May 2nd. It's about 7 p.m. Central Time. This is day 2 of the database reactivation challenge. Today we're going to be continuing from what we did yesterday. So allow me to share my screen and we'll get going. While I do, are there any questions from yesterday? Love it. All right, cool. So yesterday, we have this opt-in thing going on here. We've got this calculator going on here. So that was a snapshot y'all got yesterday. It has I'm doing this in my account, so I'm not doing it in the snapshot I made yesterday. Although I'll move this workflow or two into that. Actually, I'll build it in the next one. I'll do that. Let me go to the snapshot we made yesterday. This one. Okay, so here's our site. Here's our funnel. It's got these steps in it. You get all that stuff, right? So what we need to do is I want to make a database reactivation challenge. I'm not going to run it because I don't want to sell this, but I'm going to set it up. And what I want to do is I want to set up a database reactivation that will get people to literally come and try my database reactivation product. So I'm giving you the product you could sell. You could sell this database reactivation product if you have nothing to offer. If you have something to offer, like if you're a service provider, and you have like a window washing service, you offer 10% off. Just create some sort of interesting offer that you want the person's either going to say yes, no, or maybe to. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to leverage CloseBot, and we're going to add a bot to the standard database reactivation workflow, which we're going to set up right now. Okay. Any questions? No. Okay, great. Let's go. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go to automation, and I'll reshare the snapshot when I'm done. Okay, so we'll have this. So I'm going to start with the recipe from Go High Level, just to, why not? No point in reinventing the wheel. So I'm going to go to, I think it's in here somewhere. List reactivation. That's a database reactivation. This is cool. Workflow if else conditions upgraded. We will be updating the structure. Don't worry, it won't impact anything. Okay, thanks for the warning. Okay, let me zoom in for y'all. Wait, I don't need to zoom in that way. I can do this. Duh. Okay, cool. So basically, this workflow that comes stock from Go High Level, I'll just rename it. I'm going to call it database reactivation number 1. You can have more than one, right? So the trigger for this is a contact tag. So there is didn't come through. So I'm going to say, let's add on, so the contact that for this, sorry, I'm going to add a new tag. It's going to be called reactivate. And I'm going to add that tag. So if the tag reactivate gets added to a contact, this will get triggered. Or you can add a bunch of people in your contacts to this workflow and drip them out, or you can add the tag. I'll show you this. It's pretty simple. Okay. So this built-in, let me turn it on. This built-in workflow here, they're using a free whitening offer for a dentist, right? So I'm gonna do this slightly differently. I'm going to change this from a text message that Go High Level generates. I'm going to change this to a I got to actually think of how I'm going to do this. Okay, this will be interesting. I actually am going to leverage both of these techniques. Okay, so I'm going to write a real offer in this text messaging step. I'm not going to use Go High Level. I'm not going to use the override message to do it yet because I just wanted to say yes or no, and then I'll handle it from there. Okay, so let's see. So this is going to say hi, Bob, because this is coming from my contact list, right? So it should know their names. You want to make sure your list has the name first. At least your list has to have at least a first name and a contact, hopefully an opt-in, right? So make sure your list is purged and nice. All right. So this is going to say hi, so and so. Now I want this to be slightly different because I'm offering a database reactivation. Hi. I've got let me think here. Let's use let's use AI to write this for us. So how about we do that? So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you how to do something. And so these are the notes for today. We've done everything. These are the notes for today. This is the actual database reactivation. So we're going to offer a database reactivation for our database reactivation snapshot, service. The product is a landing page, as you'll see. The bot will negotiate. We're going to use an extension. I don't need this. We're going to use an extension called Merlin that I love. It's a free extension. Looks like this. You install it like this. This essentially gives you access to all the models, the different chat models, like Claude, Llama, literally everything, everywhere you surf the web, and it can do all sorts of neat things. So I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to go to this page of my site that I gave you all. And here the little Merlin thing plugs up, little plugin pops up here right over the web page. You can change that. I'm not going to tell you how to use the plugin. So if I click that, I want to chat with this web page. And you could look at the video on how to do it, but I've done it. And this is free. You get like a bunch of credits. I've never really run out of credits, and I think it's a day because I use it all the time. And I never really run out of credits. It's really quite impressive. So, web page processing completed, and here's what I want to say to it. I'm going to say, okay, here's how I want to do this. I want to say, I want to, well, let's do this first because this isn't prompted. Like, I don't have it set up to act as if it's something. So I'm going to say, act as if you are a great marketer. Act as if you are a great marketer. I need you to create an outgoing, a compelling and punchy, I don't know, I like to say that, outgoing SMS message to my customer database for a database, because it knows what that is, AI, right? For a database reactivation that will be responded to via CloseBot. Because I think it knows what this is, and this can surf the web. Even though the model itself can't surf the web, it can surf the web. There's so many models. See, I can do Claude, Opus, Gemini, and if you pay for more, you can do more models. So it's like relevance AI, I guess. So let's see what this does. I'll say, how many characters? Let's say less than 144 characters, please. Well, that is pretty, I don't know if that's even legal to send that out, but I don't think the rules are the same as they are with email. Anyone on this call know anything about that? Who's on this call? Justin? Anyone know anything about the rules for SMS? Because that's a great headline. All right, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take this amazing headline that it wrote me, to copy it, and I'm going to go back to go high level, and I'm going to paste this here. I'm just going to paste it after the high.
So that may not work for your first message out because you're mentioning investments. So that's one of the blacklisted words
Got it.
for
Got it.
Twilio, but you can use something very similar to it, I think.
Okay, so now, thank you, Justin. So what he's saying, folks, is if you're watching this, is that there are some words that actually do get blacklisted. There's a list of them out there. I think Justin has a cool list actually that I saw him put up, but there are words that will get at least your first text, which is your, kind of a cold text essentially. It'll get it blacklisted. It's not spam because it's your list and they hopefully opted in, so you're allowed to send them email. But if you haven't hit them up in a long time, they're going to see it as like the first email. It'll have the, hit stop to unsubscribe to make it legit. So let's rewrite this slightly. So I'm going to go back to the web page we were scraping with Merlin. And I'm going to say, great, but I need you to rewrite that. Write that in a way that is, what would be the word? In a way that won't get the text blacklisted by service providers for being an investment, etc. Let's see how good this does. I mean, better.
The word free is in there. That's one of the words too.
Well, okay. Okay. Great, but nothing free. Do you know? Okay. But nothing free, etc. Really vanilla, man. I'll literally tell it that. Really vanilla. Oh, look at that. Oh, this was hassle-free. I can say hassle-free. Can't that's a word. That's a different word than free. But the word free may actually get it blacklisted?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
How about at no cost? Is that one in there?
Cost is kind of one of those gray words where it may
Crazy.
it may reach it, it may not. So I'm in real estate, so we use a lot of those words, especially hey, get your free cash offer and get your cash offer. So you have to have more creative ways to come out and do those kind of things. So
I just changed it to GPT-4. That's got to be good. It's not that sexy though. I want it better. Let's see.
I would see if it's familiar with the 2024 texting guidelines.
Okay, so I'm literally asking this thing what it knows.
Oh, there you go. Following those guidelines.
So there's not a list. Okay, great. So it just taught itself kind of because it knows what it just said. Now I'll say, okay, great. I don't know why I say okay, great to the chat. I just do. Reinforcement. I think it may work. Okay, great. Now, please. I don't know why I said please either. Rewrite that SMS using these guidelines as best practices. It's fine. It's got to be legit. I mean, that's pretty cool. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, so that's as good as I can get it right now without running it by an attorney or looking at a blacklisted words. Obviously, you can write this manually. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to here. We'll change this from free writing offer to DBR offer. And I'm going to put this here. I'll get rid of this. Put this here. Sorry, I've been working on someone's Zoom, so I'm used to doing keyboard or mouse clicks to copy paste. All right. Too many exclamation points. Okay, so we'll have the bot really use the words that we're not supposed to say here because it'll be the second connection. Okay, so I'm going to say that's cool. No, actually, this has to be a question. I need to do one more thing. This needs to be a yes/no question. So this is crucial. So let me write this down here. To create the outgoing SMS offer.
I had Maya call it the second time. So I
gotta. Where's she going?
All right, got it. All right. Okay, make sure it must end in a question. Must result in a yes/no answer. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so I'm going to say this again to this chat engine. I'm going to say again, but there must be a call to action that results in a yes or no answer Yes, no, or maybe answer. I'll add a maybe in there. I like maybe. Yes, maybe. Or no, sorry. Or no answer. You may, I'm gonna make this longer to make it better. You may use 255 characters. No emojis. Okay. Nice. I mean, look at that. To the point. I'm gonna put this example in here because that's a great example. I mean, I would have thought come of that maybe, but look how crucial that is. That really, really makes it clear. All right, cool. Yeah, this is much better. So prompting is crucial. All right, so let's put this in here. And I do want to say, hey, and then use their first name, contact, first name. Ready to boost your business? Join our win back challenge. Nice. All right, save that. So what this is going to do is it's going to send out this text message. It's going to wait an hour. The reply to, wait for contact reply to. Oh, I get it. So when they reply to this step, I guess, well, it should just work. I didn't put this in here. It did it on its own. So it's using the title of this. It just filled that in for me, which is nice. Because I renamed it. So you'll see the name of what you just named this as rather than free whitening. That's why it says that if you're looking. So this is going to wait 1 hour. It's going to give him 1 hour to respond. Okay. And then in an hour, this isn't even AI anymore. They used to have like an AI response, but watch. Sarah, before I change anything, here's what happens. So it comes on here. It says, did they reply within an hour? If they did, and the reply was positive, it goes down to the next steps for a positive reply. And this is where we'll get CloseBot involved. And here's if there was not a positive reply. This just says, no worries. Sorry. We're going to try to get them back. Okay. And then if they don't respond in an hour, it's going to send them another message. So you got to write this too. Okay, no problem. So I'll say, go back to my Merlin. And I'm going to say, great, positive reinforcement. Now I need another SMS for a follow-up if they don't respond in an hour. It must have the CTA with a result of yes, no, maybe, like the last one. Okay. Cool. Hope you received our earlier message. Awesome. What model is this? This is GPT-4. It's pretty good. I was going to try Anthropic, but whatever. So if you want to try different models in one thing, this is kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to just fill in all these things here. So the second attempt is going to say this. And it's going to say, oops, let's see. Let me undo that. And then I'll just put it here. Okay, save that. And then waits for the reply. Same thing. Was the reply positive? Yes, no. It only tries it twice. Great. So let's save that. Any questions? Anyone? No? Okay, great. Let's go. Okay, cool. So now let's mess around with this thing and make it cooler. We have 40 minutes. So if I send someone down this list or I add the tag reactivate, remember I'll do this. Let's see, I'll type this in here so we know. Reactivate. Activate. Tag added. Okay, cool. All right, so now, actually, I do want to zoom in this so you can see the other stuff. I got a new Mac and it's really crazy big. Okay, cool. Now we need to do a few things here. So I want to change this up. So this is the basic built-in Go High Level workflow. Here is so if they say yes with this built-in workflow, all it's going to say is great. I've got a voucher with your name on it. not that great. So what we want to do is let's use Merlin. And all we want to do for purposes of this demo is I'm going to drive them to the page, the long form sales page, which is this. Okay. And they're not going to have to sign up with they're not going to have to come here, which most people would if they come in from the top because I already have their information. They're already my customer. Okay. So there's the barrier is gone for them. It's a free calculator. So I'm going to do, I'm going to say, you know what? I was going to offer the free calculator as the lead magnet to get them in there, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so now I'm going to use Merlin to say, okay, now give me an SMS for when they respond yes with a link to this web page. So the bot's not even going to do anything if they say yes. CloseBot's not going to get involved if they say yes, because why? They're just yes to the call to action. I'm not scheduling a call with them. You know, this is just cool. Here we go. Fantastic choice. So I'm just going to copy this. So if they say yes, I'm just going to send them a link. It's easy. Why? What's the word? What's the term? Don't oversell the sale or don't sell them twice. So I just need to put the web page in here. No problem. So I'll say HTTPS, you know, Rosenfeld marketing. Actually, I'll make this easier for us. Let's do this. Save. So I'm going to go to duplicate this page. I'm going to make a custom value for y'all. Which is offer link. And then this is HTTPS. You put your address in here, whatever it is, right? So I'm going to do this. Marketing.com/DBR challenge, I think is a direct link. Let me just double check. Yes. That. Cool. Great. So this will be blank in the snapshot. So fill it in with your address. Okay. All right, cool. So now let me refresh this real quick and copy this again from here. I didn't save it, so it wasn't copied. Copy, go back to here. Let me zoom in. I'm going to go surround the yes positive reply. I'm going to do this. I'm going to paste this here. Fantastic choice. Now where it says link, I'm going to enter the new custom value we made, which is offer link. Okay. Excited to see your results. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, great. Save action. So there's that. Now, here's the, so let me also put it here on this positive reply. So there's 2 positive replies. Okay. I'm going to put it over here. Cool. Save that. Save this real quick. So those are done. If they say yes, it just sends them a link. Boom. Done. Now, if they say no, here's what I want to do. Here's what we're going to bring CloseBot in. Okay. So if they say yes, so if they say yes, send them a direct link and the conversation is closed. But if they say no, if they say no, then I want to send them to the no bot. I'm going to call it a no bot, but I'll call it the DBR bot. This will be the database reactivation bot. Okay, so let me zoom in. Just a little bit here. All right, so this is for, what is this for? This is for Rosenfeld marketing. So you can make it for whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'll just use this bot as the default. I'm making a new bot from scratch, so whatever. I'm gonna click on this plus key, and I guess I gotta pick one. I'll use this. I'm gonna duplicate one of my bots, or this is the bot I don't touch, so I don't mess it up. All right, so I gotta integrate it. See, that's not the right one. That's confusing. It changes the name, but it's not actually on that bot. That's dangerous. That's really not good, actually. That's awful, really, when you think about it. Oh, well. Okay, so let me connect this bot. Connect it to my allow access to all sub accounts. Enable automatic. This is new. Huh. I don't know what
So
that is.
what that does is when you add a new sub account in your agency automatically, it automatically adds a new account for you automatically in CloseBot.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's change the name of this. This is going to be the Rosenbot DBR offer. Okay. And the bot name is Josh, because I am Josh Rosenbot. All right, let me save that bad boy. There we go. All right, now let's integrate, connect. So maybe it'll be slightly different. Oh yeah, I did the whole account is why. I've never done that before. I didn't mean to do that. I did the agency account is why that weird thing came up. I've never done that before. So that's what happens if you do the agency account. Good to know. It's got more features than I knew. Okay, so I've connected that. Let me just get my OpenAI key. Yeah, forget it. I don't care about that too much anymore. All right, we'll blow out these. Let's go to the main. Okay, So at lead name is an existing customer who has expressed they are not interested in my database, in my win back database reactivation challenge. And what I'm going to do is I'll also make a knowledge base to this. So the company name is Rosenfeld Marketing, blah, 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 blah. If that lead name says blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't care about that. Okay, that should be okay to start. So I'm going to save that. Now I'll go to the knowledge storage. I want to scrape this web page specifically, this one. I'm going to do it this way. I'll just do it this way. Okay, now summarize this web page in less than, I don't feel like making a knowledge base in CloseBot, so I'll just do it this funner way. I have 1,500 characters. That's what I'll say. Where was I? Oops, sorry. Now summarize this web page in less than, I'll do 1,200 characters. For use by a chatbot for its knowledge base. My queries are exhausted for today, so that's what happens if you don't pay for it. But that's okay, because I can do this. We'll just do it the CloseBot way. So in CloseBot, all you got to do is go to knowledge storage, click on website, hit the address, paste that in here. We'll say DBR offer, load that up. Awesome. Go back to the bot. And we'll set the bot up and we'll test it. Okay. Knowledge. DBR offer, save. Usually doesn't save on the first try. Yep. Always do it twice. Okay. Great. So now let's go back to main real quick. Blah, 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 blah. What happened? Oh, see, I hate how it defaults to this one. It's so irritating. Gosh, that's annoying. Hold on, I gotta turn this off. I couldn't do anything more to check that that's the wrong one. Okay, so go back, make sure you're on the right bot. Always make sure you're on the right bot. Okay, cool. Now I'll add this to the knowledge storage. Okay. So in the objectives, I'm going to get rid of all this. Just start over. I don't need their name. I don't need their phone. I don't need their email. None of that stuff. I'm not booking an appointment with them. Okay, so all it's going to say is we're going to do this. So remember, these are the people that said no or maybe. And I got to set up maybe in the other thing as well. So if they say no, this will be where we negotiate. This is the negotiate step. So here we're going to say at lead name or convince at lead name to check out our database reactivation service, and then we'll prompt it more if we need to. I'm not gonna update any fields here. I don't care about that. So convince that lead name to not check out. That sounds like it's bang it. Convince that lead name to learn more about our database reactivation challenge. I like challenges, right? Okay, cool. So here, what I'll do is I'm gonna say I can get some text from here. So I'm just gonna say I'll get some text from here. I'll do it from here. Let's see. I just copy this header text that I have on this site because that's what they're going to see. And I'll also want it to push the calculator is one reason to try this out. So here, I'm going to paste this in here. Hopefully you have enough room. Perfect, 460. All right, great. I'm going to save that. And I also want to, I'm doing a gather info because I want them to get to yes, okay? And once they say yes, it should move on. I turn the sensitivity up to 80. So it's more sensitive. Now I'm going to add this here. I'm going to add a second priority. It's just going to be a give info. It's going to say give link. And then it's going to say give at lead name the link. And I'll say link. Just say HTTPS. This. You can write your own, obviously. You can do whatever you want. Cool. Oop, over here. We'll see how that works out. Sometimes that doesn't work so great. Cool. They're gonna give the link out. Give that link and say thanks. And then I'm going to this particular bot, I am going to have it stop when all the objectives are done. And I'll save that. I'm almost ready to test this whole thingy. I'll do it to my phone, I guess, and I'll put my phone up on the screen. Could be risky. Hope I don't get text messages other than this one. Just kidding. Any questions before I move on? Test this bad boy. Yes, no, maybe so. All right, let's go. All right, let's see. What am I doing here? All right, so we got this thing here. So we need to hook up the bot. Oh yeah, there's more work to do. So I need to hook up the bot. So was the reply positive? And this is labeled terribly. Positive, negative. I'll do this here. Positive, negative. Okay. Save. Now, what we want to do here is, yes, Rex.
Sorry, I just pressed.
Okay. I'll close that. All right, cool. So now, rather than sending out an SMS, so that here, if they say, I don't want this, it just says, no worries, and that's it. Conversation's over. But they didn't opt out of your list. They didn't say, stop contacting me, right? Like, what salesman would be like, okay, see ya. Terrible. So rather than doing a follow-up sequence day after day, we're just going to follow up with them immediately, is what's happening right now, okay? So here's what I want to do. Let's think. So I have in step 2. Oh, I need to install. No, CloseBot is not in here, so I need to install CloseBot. So let's do that. Sorry, this will take about a moment. Oh, the snapshot's already in there. Give me a second, please. Switch to agency view. Sub accounts. This thing is called DBR challenge snapshot. Manage client. Add load snapshot. V4. Okay. Kaboom. Okay. So when you get the snapshot, it's gonna have CloseBot in there already. Just so you all know. Let me switch it to sub account. Okay. So this is fantastic. So this will be easy because we only have one bot that I'm using, but I want to manually make it go rather than the default bot because my default bot for my sites is up at the top and I'm not using it. So I want to do this. I'm going to click here. I'm going to add this mess. I'm going to add the bot number manually, and the bot number for this is 8720. So I'll type in 8720, and then I also like to add it in here so I can see it. Okay. So boom. Save. All right, that's done. All right, so this is ready to go. CloseBot's ready to go. So now let's test this puppy. So let's see here. Let's make a contact entry for me. And let me share my screen as well. Where's QuickTime? Where is the QuickTime player? Should it be come on a brand new Mac? Isn't that how it works? Where's this bit? Hold on. Let me find QuickTime so I can do my screen real quick. Sorry. It's literally a brand new Mac, like 2 days old. So bear with me. Why would QuickTime not be on my Mac? Like built in. There we go. All right. It wasn't working with that. QuickTime player. So I want to do new screen recording. Or not screen recording, sorry. Excuse me. I want to do new movie recording. And I'm gonna put it on a different screen because I don't necessarily want everyone to see it at all times. So bear with me for 1 second, please. Okay. I see my iPhone. Why can't I do my iPhone? Sorry. Never set up my iPhone yet either on this thing. Okay, so I'm not going to do this. It's going to take too long. So here's what I'm going to do. So let's just test this thing, and I'll hold my thing up. You'll be able to see it right here. So let's do this. Okay. So let me quit out of here, and then okay. So we have our bot. So so when they say no, we need to trigger CloseBot, and here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to say I'm going to add an override message. Oh, I gotta refresh. So I can see the new fields from CloseBot. Branch. What a terrible naming. Okay. So override message. Override message. So I want to say something like I can't go back to Merlin because I already used all my bots or all my minutes, but that's okay. So I'm gonna say something like if no, don't forget this, if they say no, I'm gonna say that's too bad. And now I can say whatever I want apparently because I've already not used blacklisted words in my first engagement, so I can get a little more interesting here with what I want to text. If I can say that's too bad. We offer a 3x guarantee. We offer 3x guarantee, so there is no risk to you. Want to know more? And now I'm going to let the bot take over if they say no. So the bot's going to take over if they say no. So I'm going to save this action. Let me title this for you. Set override message. All right, cool. Now I don't need this. And I know it's so I also want to do this. I want to set, so it hasn't talked to the bot yet. It's not coming in. I like doing this. I don't know if you have to do this, but I've been doing this lately. I like setting the last comm type as well to SMS because this is a cold outreach response and there's other SMSs going on in here, this, that, and the other, but CloseBot doesn't know that, right? So I'm going to do last communication type SMS and save because I know this campaign's that. So now I'm going to, all I got to do is copy this here and get rid of SMS, delete, save. Okay, cool. Darn it. I wish I could share my screen on here. It's a little irritating, but that's all right. So now let's try this thing out here. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to add my contact in here. Oh yeah, we can see it in here. Say Josh. No, let's say something different, like Michael Scott. Email is going to be Mike at theoffice.com, whatever. So the phone number is going to be my personal number. So if you see this, don't spam me or I'll be pissed. Thank you. All right. Save. All right, cool. So now if I add that reactivate tag, it should start going through this thing, right? I also want to do this before I forget. You may want to run a database reactivation more than once. So make sure allow reentries on, because if it's not, you'll be angry with yourself. Okay, cool. So let's do that. So I'm going to go down here to tags, and I'm just going to do reactivate. And boom. Of course, that didn't work. You know why? Because I don't have SMS on here. Darn it. All right, so let's do this. I'm just going to, so now this is a snapshot you folks will get. You're going to need to add your own HUP. I'm pretty convinced it's going to work. And I'll test it like this. Here's how I'm going to test this. I'm not positive it's going to work. If it doesn't work, feel free to contact me. All right. So it's going to reach out with this awesome message. Hey, Michael. So my name is Michael Spot. So if they reply yes, maybe or no to this, it's going to go through this workflow that we made, right? And this is pretty foolproof. There's me waiting here. Going to wait an hour because it sent a text out, but I can't respond. So Go High Level is going to take care of the response, yes or no. Okay, so there's this. I know it's going to work. So what I want to do is let's use the bot itself to test. So I'm going to test this DBR offer. And it knows that I already said I didn't want the offer. So I'm just going to say no. Remember, if they say no, this is what's going to happen. So I just said no to it. And then it sent me that other thing. And I still may say no. So I may say no to that again, right? And it's going to try to sell me now. It should. While we're sorting out the schedule, have you ever considered how a reactivated customer database? No. So why did it do that? Let's find out. That was interesting. So let me look.
Since you were in test mode, is maybe reading part of your previous conversation because you didn't reset the message.
Yeah, really? Okay. Didn't know. All right. I'll reset it. Yeah, I never really test in here too much because it's just, not as excellent as I would like it to be. All right. Now I'm going to say no. No. I don't want your free offer. Leave me alone. See, not AI, so I need to tweak one more thing. Here. It says too much about my business. It doesn't really matter. Who cares? I think I have Rosenfeld Marketing in here somewhere. Yeah, so I'll just add that to the database. So it should know all about me. I'm gonna totally change the main prompt real quick. So I'll say our win back Let me take some info from here. I can get a lot more text in here. Paste. Okay, still got plenty of room. Some more stuff. Let's see else. I got more room. Get that guarantee is in here. Perfect. Okay, save that. Give it a try again. No. No. Let's say no as many times as possible. I don't have any parameters on there to have it only run a certain amount of times, but you could, right? And you can still send them a link, even if they say no, who cares? But it's just fun to get them to say yes. What you could also do is offer them coupons. You can do all sorts of neat things. Got it, no pressure. Okay. So I say okay to that, but he's not really selling me, which is good. So this bot's acting pretty good. Kind of convinced me to say yes. Okay, so it can give me the link, and if I choose to click, I do. If not, then it doesn't matter because the bot turns off and I'm done. Interesting. Let's see what happened. So if I say yes, why didn't send me the link? Well, because I kept saying no and it like didn't continue. I'm actually going to make this maybe even easier. So it's waiting for you to say yes. And what's interesting is like, it kind of gave me the opportunity to say no. And then if I contact them again, it'll say, that's pretty cool. I think that's not a wrong response from the bot. I think it's an interesting response in that I said, okay, I'm here to, it says, does it sound fair if you want to contact me again? And I say, okay, that sounds fair. Then it says one more thing. And I could have left the conversation. The customer could have left, and that would be the end of that. If I respond again, it sends me the link, and it looks good. Don't know how it looks in text. Hopefully it works okay. So that's the database reactivation. So to show you how you do the database reactivation, again, you would go to your contacts. You would click all of your contacts, select all, or however many you want to put in there, or organize them by tag, make a smart list. Hold on one sec, guys. I'll answer your questions in a second. So you can do it two ways. One is you can move them, you can add them to the workflow, which I think is a good way because then it drips out. So I like to add them to a workflow. So I would do okay to proceed, add in drip mode, and I like to do for databases. So send out the offer. So I like to send out about 10 a day. 10 a day to start. And your answer is why? And the reason is in case you are successful. So is that yourself successful? No. So what I mean is that let's say you send out an offer to 1,000 people and you think you can get 2.5% of them to say yes to your offer. Let's say you're a roofer or something complicated that's expensive and hard, and you get 25 people that said yes to your offer for a 10% off or something. How are you going to fulfill that? So I think it's better to start with a low number and see if you can get 1 or 2 a day in and then increase the drip. Okay. Again, this is not a course on how to send out mass emails, but that is how you activate the database reactivation. I'm not going to show you how to email. Okay. But you would do this here. I like to send things out on certain times, maybe not Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So set a time, use drip mode, add to the DBR. What's this puppy called? This thing is called the I know we're almost done here. So this thing is called the database reactivation. Database, add to the DBR #1 workflow. Like I say, gather your contacts into a smart list. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. You can look it up. Add them to the DBR workflow. Campaign. Use drip mode. Set the time to weekdays if you want. Okay. And then you just let it run. Let it run. And then you can change the drip mode to suit the client and their ability to fulfill. Okay. So once you do that, it goes into database reactivation. Boom, boom, boom. It starts going out. I'm pretty convinced this will work really well. Rex, what's up, man? Question? Rex, you have a question? No. Sebastian, what's your question, buddy?
Hey Josh, just a quick one. Have you sold like DBR to real estate agents or in real estate in general before?
No, but good question. So a great type of client is real estate. So I'll put this up here as an example. Let me go back here. I'll write this in here for you. So I'll do an example for you. Okay. So example, real estate. So what I'm doing with real estate, making offers to realtors. I haven't gotten any to buy yet, but I've got them all to kind of say, I really, really want that. I just haven't pulled the trigger on taking on real estate clients for that offer at the moment. But here's what they are very excited about is, doing outreach to existing customers, of which they may have thousands. And the other one is for doing a database reactivation type bot on a cold outreach. Cold outreach with opted in with good emails. With opted in emails, SMS. And people are doing this to buy homes. What other questions do you have, Sebastian? Did that answer your question at all?
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm a real estate agent,
Okay.
and I run one for myself. It was like 500 contacts.
Yeah.
The offer, it wasn't like an offer. It was just like a quick follow-up, right? It was something like if they knew someone who sells because I'm running out of stock and I need a couple more listings. I'm going to be offering some free valuations, and it got 20 out of 500, 20 hands raised for that. It was my own like database.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you have sorry.
Yeah. No, they weren't even sellers. It was buyers and renters, but I was asking if they knew someone, right? And some of them were someone was thinking of selling
That's
some.
a great one. That's a great idea. That's a good use of it. Like, yeah, I mean, do you know anyone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a great use. So anything you can think of, you would use this database reactivation technique. It could be a purchase database. It could be any database, but it's just an offer that you're going to be sending out. So while I'm answering more questions, I'm going to share this link again.
Okay, just one more. Can you purchase a database and do cold outreach on SMS? Is that possible?
Yes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't do that, but you're sure you can. Find a buyer online. Find someone who does that. But they're all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely could do that. They'll give you clean lists that are, you pay for it, but they can do that for sure. Yeah. So you can target neighborhoods directly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because I have a client that is we're gonna be doing cold email with instantly. But he also has some of them have their SMS, but I don't know how compliant or how clean his list is. I'll need to figure it out.
okay.
Thanks.
You got it. Who else was it? Okay, Scott, you're next.
Yeah, just a quick question. Can you use the workflow when you put the SMS instead of the SMS just with the emails? If
I'm
you
sorry,
just
say that
wanna-
one more time. I was typing. Say that one more time. Can I do what?
For the workflow you made with the SMS,
Yeah.
can you change that to email
Yeah.
only? Okay.
So when I did in this, did I write down how I did it? So here, so in this workflow, in let's say you want to do an email campaign and you want to change it. Is that what you're asking, to change it from an SMS to email?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. You do it here. Set last comm type.
Gotcha.
You can do it. I'm doing it 2 places. I didn't need to do it in 2 places. I could have done it at the top, but actually I will do. I'm not gonna do that. Whatever. So change the last set. Hold on. I'll write that in here. Send out the offer. Well, you'll figure it out. If you have any problems, hit me up. Okay, cool. Amanda, what's up?
Hey, I may have missed this because I came in late, but like, let's say that you're, selling this DBR for whatever, $4.97 a month or whatever it is. Are we coming up with the offer for our client at that price point, or are we assuming that they
Yeah,
have
why
something in
not?
place
I mean,
already?
it's just
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's just a sentence, and you saw how I did it. If you use AI, it can do a lot for you. I don't hide the fact that I use it really because I'm selling AI. I'll do it with the client. They love it. Honestly, look how fun that was to make nice little sentences. It would have been challenging to do that over and over again, but it could be done. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Okay,
Awesome. Thank you.
sure. Johnny,
Hey, real quick, you hear me okay?
I can.
How would you like run like if I was to like promote this right now as it sits, with the landing page of the calculator, and I want to run an ad. I'm trying to figure out like how I would market this.
I would promote the calculator or something, because that's really cool and it's always excites people. So, the ad could be see how much money you can make back by reactivating your database or something. You do some crazy video where you say, look at this thing. I mean, I wouldn't show this exactly because it shows revenue, but it's not like lying or anything. So I don't know how Facebook would feel about it being in a video, but I would probably you'd have to use ChatGPT to write a headline that you're allowed to do on Facebook, but something about how much revenue you could recoup, whatever words you can get away with. On Facebook, I would advertise this calculator. You could also do this, guys. You could offer free setup and take off the setup fee here. Make them think there is a setup fee and play with that too. So you could advertise no setup fee, right? You can advertise first month free, which is,
I have an ad that I've used for database reactivation in the past. I just love this landing page setup that you have.
Yeah, do whatever you want with it. Just change the change the text and logo, and I don't care what you do with it. Yeah, I also advertise to this because then, but if you're doing if it's a clickable ad on Facebook, I want to get their info.
Yes.
So this is what I sent them to. This is what I would. I didn't come up with this technique of making a page that looks like this. It's from like incredible affiliates and SaaS sellers. This is, so because you could write more here, right? This is a nice, and this would be this would be what to keep continuity. Your ad would push them into here. Then if they really want to know more, they'll do this, and they're even a much more qualified lead. Because don't forget, you want them to pay right now, so you want them really raising their hand as much as possible and going through hoops before they hit you up, because they'll be more likely to buy. And then you could even make different landing pages with you could even make
what you built with the AI right now. I wouldn't need that until I have a client I'm using that. Correct.
Correct.
Like the whole, okay, cool.
Correct.
And my confusion was coming in.
And you could put the SMS back in here. You don't have to do what I do. You don't need to use CloseBot to do this at all.
Yeah.
You don't need to use CloseBot to do this at all. I want to make that clear, guys. You don't need to do that. But if you want to, you could do cool things with it. I mean, you could even go as far as having this bot give a coupon code. and different, give this coupon code for 10% off, and then give them this coupon code for that, and say negotiate with them and use these coupons as a tool. And the bot will literally say saying, how about 5% off? Okay, great. Here's your coupon code. Enter it at checkout. I've seen bots do that. So, the sky's the limit, really. It's just up to how creative can you be to get the bot to re-trigger, because this is cool and all from go high level, but with the bot then coming in, if they say no, that's new. There's just stopped when you said no. Now we're adding a whole level of complexity. So this will set you apart when you do your database reactivations from go high level, because everyone else is stopping at no. You're going to take the no and turn them into a yes.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else? Any questions? No. Okay, cool. Well, with that, I shared in the link here, I shared the notes to this free workflowy thing. The affiliate, the link to the snapshot is in here. I will paste this in here as well for y'all. Okay, if there's any problems, let me know, but it should be good. This is only a 2-night class, so that's done. I'm gonna do another one, maybe starting at the end of the month. Don't know what it'll be yet. It's probably gonna be accounting, actually. I told someone I'd do accounting. So that's what's coming up next. Are there any other questions? If not, thank you very much for coming. I hope this was helpful to you. If you liked what you saw, send me a nice thank you or a nice testimonial. Would be fantastic. I really appreciate it. And tell your friends about my chatbot challenge, which is available here. I'll paste this in the group because I'm sending this out to anyone. So if you're not in my group, please join it here. It's really cool. Whoever is the 400 member will get a prize, maybe. All right.
Where do you want the testimonial, Josh? Where do you prefer that?
Any way you want to give it to me. I like video, Facebook, nice Facebook message I can cut out. Anything. Yeah. I'm just kind of gathering them, and then I might do video testimonials with a tool later, but for now I might put them on LinkedIn or who knows what I'll do it with, but anything would be great. I really appreciate it.
Anywhere. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. Cool. All right, folks. Thank you for coming, and I will see you at the next challenge. Hit me up if you need anything. Not too crazy because I charge a lot of money now. Just kidding. Bye.